Saved and Still Sexy Radio, right here on GI Music. Because you should know, just because you are saved, that doesn't mean stop being sexy.
Good evening, good evening. You are now tuning in to another episode of Spoken Promotions with your girl, Nay. And we have a special guest here with us, Miss Blaque Diamond. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful, thank you. So today's show is going to be all things Blaque Diamond. Sounds awesome to me.
Pretty awesome.
So before we go ahead and cut into a quick break, Ms. Diamond, tell us a little bit about yourself. I kind of want to know where the name comes from.
It is actually an acronym, and it is words that I feel that describe me as a person, because I have been through a lot of things in my life, and so basically that's how Blaque Diamond was born. It's actually a poem as well that I wrote describing actually what a black diamond is. So I kind of reinvented myself, after I was able to get out of the situations that I was in and be able to focus on, rebuilding myself. And basically that's how Blaque Diamond was born.
Ooh, awesome. I love the sound of that.
Before we go to break, what is Blaque Diamond? Because I don't know what a black diamond is.
Well, Blaque Diamond, I'll actually just recite the poem of what a black diamond is.
Oh, we can do that before we go to break, yes.
Okay, so it's entitled A Black Diamond. Beautifully created from this earth, light-hearted and full of laughter, ambitious and goal-oriented I am. Quizzical and eager to seek knowledge in all ways possible. Uniquely different, but at times the same. Extraordinary creation from God's paintbrush. Determined to overcome all obstacles in my way. Intelligence is a gift that is priceless. Another gem in a world of beautiful gemstones. Mountains and hills climb to seek inner peace. Observant of my everyday development and ways to improve me. Not easily broken, but instead I conquer. Diamonds are a girl's best friend, but I am my own diamond.
All right.
So that spells Blaque Diamond.
Well, you go then.
Right.
That touched me, didn't touch y'all, it touched me. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead, cut into a break, and we'll be right back with some more of Miss Blaque Diamond.
Saved and Still Sexy Radio, right here on GI Music. Because you should know, just because you are saved, that doesn't mean stop being sexy.
Now I'm out here looking like revenge, feeling like a 10, the best I ever been. And yeah, I know how bad it must hurt to see me like this, but it gets worse. Now you're out here looking like regret, ain't too proud to beg, second chance you'll never get. And yeah, I know how bad it must hurt to see me like this, but it gets worse. Now payback is a bad bitch, and baby, I'm the baddest. You fucking with a savage. Can't have this, can't have this. And it'd be nice of me to take it easy on ya, but nah. Baby, I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. Baby, I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. Being so bad got me feeling so good. Showing you up like I know that I would. Baby, I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. Baby, I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. Feeling inspired 'cause the tables have turned. Yeah, I'm on fire and I know that it burns. Baby, fineness is the way to kill. Tell me how I feel, but it's such a bitter pill. And yeah, I know you thought you had bigger, better things, but right now this is 'cause the grass is greener under me. Brightest technicolor, I can tell that you can see. And yeah, I know how bad it must hurt to see me like this, but it gets worse. Now payback is a bad bitch, and baby, I'm the baddest. You fucking with a savage. Can't have this, can't have this. And it'd be nice of me to take it easy on ya, but nah. Baby, I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. Baby,
Welcome back, welcome back. You are tuning in to Spoken Promotions with me, of course, the one and only Nay. I do have Miss Barely Saved on here with me. She may be quiet, she may talk, whatever moves her, soothes her, but she's here.
Yeah.
And, of course, we are back with Miss Blaque Diamond. And before we went to break, she was telling us about her name and where it stems from. Basically, it's an acronym of things that is all Blaque Diamond. And she read us a lovely, lovely poem that touched me. I feel like a Blaque Diamond now.
You should after that.
Actually, that's the purpose, and actually that's kind of like a movement that I'm working on right now at the moment, to basically for women to, reach their inner Blaque Diamond. So
Okay.
There's a Blaque Diamond in all of us.
Okay.
See, instead of saying there's a diamond, you're a diamond in the rough, you need to say, child, please, I'm a Blaque Diamond. I'm one of a kind.
But what if you just a rough diamond?
That is actually the name of one of my books that I'm working on. Actually, it's a sort of a memoir of poems and personal essays, and it's called Diamond in the Rough. So that's actually what I'm working on right now.
Okay, diamond in the rough. You say you got, now we were talking before we got Nay on the line, and you say you started writing at 11. So at what point did you know, tell us some of the challenges you've dealt with since you've been 11. Let's start there.
Well, I am the product of child abuse. So I experienced a lot of different traumas and abuse growing up as a child. So writing was actually a way for me to escape, into a different galaxy, I guess you would say, to help me. It was more of a therapy for me to be able to express myself in words, things that I couldn't say out loud to, the people that were hurting me. I was able to express in my writing. So my fifth grade teacher is the one who actually inspired me to, develop my writing abilities more and to actually pursue it as a career, because she felt that, I had raw talent and she wanted to see me, expand it. And so I've been writing off and on since then, just with the different things I've experienced and just, life in general. But, 11 is when my writing journey first began. And, from growing up, abused and neglected as a child into early adulthood, I also experienced domestic violence, in relationships. I was also the victim of rape. So I talk a lot about that in, some of my writing, and, being homeless, and the fact of me losing my sight at the age of 15. That was something that I write about a lot, dealing with the different circumstances, dealing with that and being able to handle it on my own and, not having the support of family or friends or anybody to, help me go through, all the things that I've been through. So especially in my book, Diamond in the Rough, I relay a lot of the stories and experiences that I have went through and how I've overcome them. And the purpose of me writing that book is to help to inspire and empower other women and children who have been through some of the same things that I've been through, see that it doesn't have to, define you as a person. You don't have to remain a victim. You can be the victor, in the end.
Right.
And so that's my purpose for doing that, sharing my stories, my personal experiences, because I know there's somebody out there, who has been or is going through or know somebody who has been through a lot of the things that I've been through.
Right.
And, I just want this book to help, shine a little bit of light on their life, even if they see right now that it doesn't look like it's going to get better.
That's real good.
Mm-hmm. Yes, that is very, very awesome. And I always love it when survivors are able to turn their pain or their experiences into something more It's like you watch
one of my chapters is actually called From Pain into Inspiration. And basically that's what I do. I change my pain into inspiration. I share my story to inspire, others.
Are you contacted by people that read your work? I'm sorry, Nay.
I'm sorry?
Are you contacted by people that read your work to let you know, do people like message you or whatever to say, hey, your work has helped me out in this way, or helped me to be, to overcome this thing or whatever?
No. Actually, I get that more when I do radio interviews, because I actually have done a lot of different radio interviews where people can actually call in and like speak to me and stuff. So, I've told my story, on different radio shows, and people have called in and, they've told me that, I've helped them just by listening to me, talk about the things that I've been through. They can relate, or, I've helped to, inspire them to keep going and doing things that they're trying to do in their lives. So, no one has read this book, Diamond in the Rough, yet, because I'm still working on it, but I'm pretty sure once it's out there, I will get those, different calls or emails, or even, speaking engagements and things like that, because that's what I'm working towards.
So what?
I want to be able to speak to children, in foster homes and, group homes that have been, victims of child abuse. I want to talk to women who've been in domestic violence relationships, even women who have been victims of rape. Those are things I want to be able to talk to others about, because I know firsthand, what it feels like to be in those situations. I've been in those situations.
Yeah, I've noticed that a lot of the because I forgot they had something to say. Because I noticed a lot of the authors that have come on the show, that have come on Saved and Sexy Radio in the past, especially last season, have it may have been a few that hasn't, but majority of them have definitely experienced sexual abuse of some kind, or some kind of abuse in their life that has influenced them on their writing. So kudos to you for not letting that, get you down.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, I did. I had my, moments, because, I had my very, very, very low moments, especially when I was dealing with the situation of being homeless and, living in shelters and hotels and, not having any family, and then still dealing with the fact of being blind at the same time and not having that help. So I did have my moments where I just did not want to be here anymore. Like, I felt like, what was the purpose,
Right.
I'm out here by myself in a city where I don't know anybody, don't have any friends, don't have nothing. And so, God had a lot to do with, bringing me out of the different situations, that I went through. And it was kind of a wake-up call for me.
Okay.
Just because I did have moments of, suicide attempts and things like that. And the last one was basically the one that kind of really opened up my eyes to let me know that there is a purpose for me being here. Because if not, then I still wouldn't be here.
All right. Well, we're going to take a break right now before we get a little further. Sorry, Nay. I'm cutting you off for now, but we'll come back to you. You're listening to Saved and Sexy Radio. We have Blaque Diamond on the air, and that is author's Nay. This is Barely Saved. We'll be right back after this.
Saved and Still Sexy Radio, right here on GI Music. Because you should know, just because you are saved, that doesn't mean stop being sexy.
Hey, it's your girl Yolanda, author of Big Sister Secrets. If you haven't already purchased my new book, head on over to my website, www.bigsistersecrets.com. You can also purchase it on Amazon.com. Trust me, you will not be disappointed. This book is about everything I wish somebody would have told me about the real world before I graduated high school. Get your copy today.
For all the times that you rain on my parade, and all the clubs you get in using my name. You think you broke my heart, oh girl, for goodness sake. You think I'm crying on my own, well I ain't. And I didn't wanna write a song, 'cause I didn't want anyone thinking I still care or don't. But you still hit my phone up, and baby, I'll be moving on. And I think it should be something I don't wanna hold back. Maybe you should know that my mama don't like you, and she likes everyone. And I never like to admit that I was wrong. And I've been so caught up in my job, didn't see what's going on. But now I know I'm better sleeping on my own. 'Cause if you like the way you look that much, oh baby, you should go and love yourself. And if you think that I'm still holding on to something, you should go and love yourself. When you told me that you hated my friends, the only problem was with you and not them. And every time you told me my opinion was wrong, and tried to make me forget where I came from. And I didn't wanna write a song, 'cause I didn't want anyone thinking I still care or don't. But you still hit my phone up, and baby, I'll be moving on. And I think it should be something I don't wanna hold back. Maybe you should know that my mama don't like you, and she likes everyone. And I never like to admit that I was wrong. And I've been so caught up in my job, didn't see what's going on. But now I know I'm better sleeping on my own. 'Cause if you like the way you look that much, oh baby, you should go and love yourself. And if you think that I'm still holding on to something, you should go and love yourself. For all the times that you made me feel small, I fell in love, now I feel nothing at all. I never felt so low when I was vulnerable. Was I a fool to let you break down my walls? 'Cause if you like the way you look that much, oh baby, you should go and love yourself. And if you think that I'm still holding on to something, you should go and love yourself. 'Cause if you like the way you look that much, oh baby, you should go and love yourself. And if you think that I'm still holding on
Hey
to
y'all,
something,
did you
you
miss
should
us?
go and
Well,
love yourself.
we're back.
We almost missed you.
You are still tuned. Really?
We did.
You are still tuned in to Spoken Promotions with Nay, me, you know who I be, Barely Saved, and the wonderful and inspirational Blaque Diamond. Before we cut off into break, she was providing us more details, which is so awesome because I love it when somebody works their pen with a purpose, and then to have purpose mixed with passion, that makes it even better.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, you know, I love it because there's people out there who go through this stuff, and it's more people than you would think who goes through everything, and a lot of those people just hold it in. I'm a talker, you know I'm a talker, I got the gift of gab, I talk too much. So,
When she finally
I
wake
share
up.
my pain and my passion.
Yeah.
And it's wonderful to me when somebody else does the same. So, Miss Diamond, Miss Blaque Diamond, I can't cut out the black. You know I love the black. But I thank you for coming on and joining us and telling us about yourself and your work and your passion and everything else. Because people really need to hear this. And as I was trying to say previously,
I try not
because the spirit is saying keep cutting me off.
Sorry, I'm cutting.
Yeah, guess who's in the kitchen cooking now? It ain't me.
Speaking of cooking, Black Diamond, what you like to eat? What's one of your favorite meals? Healthy meals to eat? Yeah.
Well, growing up in Charleston, we ate a lot of seafood, so I'm a huge fan of seafood. But my favorite of all is shrimp. Like, I feel like I can eat shrimp like every day.
Every day, all day.
And not get tired of it.
Yes. I know the feeling. I'm right.
In all different kinds of ways. I love shrimp.
So you like shrimp?
I have to make sure I have at least yes. I have to make sure I have at least 5 bags of shrimp in my freezer at all times. Like,
wow.
I love shrimp.
We coming to your house for the summertime, yeah?
Who you telling? I need a shrimp bowl right now. Right now. R-A-T now.
All right. So what was the first work you published?
My first book published, which was in April of last year, it's a novel entitled His or Her Betrayal. It's a fiction story.
That's right.
And it actually is a transgender story.
Oh.
And a lot of people, would ask me, like, why would you write a book like that? You know how people feel about, stuff like that. And I was like, because it's a taboo subject.
It's something that exists, right.
That's why I wrote about it.
That's right.
And especially in the African American culture. So my book is based on African Americans.
All right. So all of your work is based on African Americans?
Either African Americans or biracial or interracial relationships.
Okay, I know I saw your.
I kind of.
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. No, I'm good.
I know I saw your. I think it was something on your page somewhere. It would say you're a Black American author or something like that, or am I tripping?
Oh, contemporary African American.
There you go. Thank you. I know it was something. I knew I wasn't tripping.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, because, people usually they say, it's either urban fiction or urban romance or, I don't really consider my work urban, I mean, yeah, my characters are African American or biracial or interracial or whatever, but I mean, that's, everyday life.
Right.
Nothing about that is urban.
Right.
And that's why I call my writing contemporary, because it's modern. It's, today. Right. That's the thing, nowadays. So I don't really consider it like a urban. So I say contemporary African American fiction.
I like that.
Me too.
Okay. So do you have any other, I'm sorry, Nate, you got questions? My bad. I've been waiting to have her on the air.
I kind of forgot. So, well, I do want to hear a little bit more about his or her betrayal, because with the way times are now, it's becoming more prevalent in the world. And it's very awesome that you did think about those people who are trapped in their own skin.
Oh, yeah. And I actually wrote an article about that on my blog as well, because people, like I said, people were asking me, like, why would I write about something like that? Like, would I be afraid that people wouldn't want to read my work because, of the topic? And I'm like,
Absolutely not.
Yeah, it won't be everybody's cup of tea,
right.
But there are people out there who would read it.
Right.
But I wanted to talk about, for me, my writing, I write in what I call real life. Everyday things that happen to people on a daily basis. And that is something that people deal with on a daily basis. And, the motive of my story is because I'm a very open-minded person. I don't judge nobody for, their choices, their lifestyles, or anything, because it's not up to me to judge, If they're living wrong, God will deal with that in his own way, own time, or whatever. I just, let people live their life the way they see fit. And for me personally, I'm just not a type of person who will discriminate against anybody, because I get discriminated against on my own,
Right.
being somebody who's disabled. So I'm not going to put that same, attitude or that same type of behavior on somebody else when I have to deal with that on a daily basis on my own. So, I'm more open to things like that. It doesn't bother me. And so that's why I felt, free enough to write a story dealing with that. And the story is a little boy. His name is Michael. And basically he kind of knows that there's something different about him. He's, a lot more feminine than most of the boys, and he enjoys doing things that more girls would do. His mother's, kind of just tells him, oh, you're gay, it's okay just to be gay. But he's like, no, I'm not gay. I know there's something more to it than just me being gay. Okay. And of course his father is not having it.
Right.
So, he's thinks he can beat it out of him, and he can make him do things to make him more manly, as he says, act more like a man. And basically it kind of just depicts the struggles of him, growing up, where his parents, don't understand him or, choose not to, acknowledge his feelings as far as how he feels about himself. So, as a teenager, he decides that he's going to do what he needs to do to feel like how he feels he should feel. So he goes through the process of, having his sex changed. So his mother, she's, on board with it. She's okay. She's accepted him. But, of course, his father basically disowns him. Like, he no longer acknowledges that he is his child. So basically he goes on and, lives his life as a woman, goes through the transformation, everything. He has, like, his friends' support, his mom, and everything. And he actually meets this guy, falls in love. But, of course, he doesn't tell the guy that, he was naturally born a guy.
Oh, Lord.
So.
That ain't good.
No, it's not. So the guy ends up finding out the truth on the night before their wedding.
What?
And things don't end so well.
What? You couldn't have told him before? Oh, no. Okay.
Somebody actually spilled his secret.
Wow.
And Michael, or Michelle, as he was known as, is killed.
You weren't supposed to tell us that. We were supposed to read it.
Well, I just want you guys to know, if you haven't,
like that.
I just want you guys to know, everybody listening, if you haven't went and grabbed this book, go ahead and pick it up, because it is very entertaining and it is eye-grabbing and it keeps your attention from beginning to end. This is a great book. Well executed, if I may say so myself.
So what part of it?
Yeah, it's actually a two-part book, actually.
What?
It's a two-part book. It's actually two stories.
So what part you read, Nate?
Mm-hmm.
I read the first part.
Does the title of the book change from part to part?
Mm-mm. Basically, I named it His or Her Betrayal because I wanted the reader to come to their own conclusion of who they feel has been betrayed.
Okay.
Because of the different scenarios and different situations in the book, it was to be left up to the reader. Who did they feel was betrayed in the end once they read the entire book?
All right.
And the way, I titled it, it could be, you could think like, okay, well, his or her, is it meaning, the guy that's a transsexual? Like, is he doing the betraying, or is it, the person that told his secret? It's different scenarios. And so I wanted the reader to come to their own conclusion.
I like that. We gonna take a break?
See? Oh, yeah. You know what? We do need to go ahead and cut into a short break. Yeah. Getting too engaged in His or Her Betrayal because it is an actually good book. But let's go ahead, cut out to break, and we'll be right back with you. Welcome back to Spoken Promotions with me, Nay, Betty Sage, and Miss Blaque Diamond. Before we cut into break, Miss Blaque Diamond was actually giving us a summary of her book, one of her books, His or Her Betrayal, which is a great book. I really enjoyed reading it. So go copy it, read it, review it, read it again. No, spread the word. So, throughout your life, you have experienced a lot of things, and I am so glad that you were able to turn those negatives into some very strong positives. Before, when we first came into the show, you had mentioned that you lost your sight at the age of 15. Do you care sharing how that happened?
Well, actually, I got into a fight with my brother, and he actually punched me in my eye, and it caused my retinas to detach. And because I didn't get help right away, until 7 months later, gradually I started losing my sight. And, when I would tell, my mom or anybody that I couldn't see, they didn't believe me. They thought I was faking. When I would run into walls or run into a door or something, they would just kind of laugh and, just like, you saw that door there, or, you saw that wall. And I'm like, no, I did. So, finally, my mom took me serious after 7 months.
Good God.
And when she took me to the doctor, they told her that, there was nothing they could do. Like, the damage had already been done. They still tried to perform surgeries to try to see if they could reattach the retina, but it didn't work. Basically, my eye had already started scarring over and trying to heal itself.
Oh, wow.
So they couldn't reattach the retinas. And as of right now, there's no cure, there's no surgery, there's nothing. So because of, being in an abusive household and neglect, that was kind of the reason how I am and probably will be blind for the rest of my life.
You know what? I feel for you, and I can relate to you. That's what happened in my left eye. I have vision, but it's kind of like blurred vision, so basically I don't have it. I'm declared legally blind in my left eye, and the doctor said they can perform the surgery to remove some of the scarring on my retina, but I have a 50-50 chance of going completely blind. So I was like, I'll keep what vision I have.
Yeah.
But mine came from I was a victim of domestic violence, and he hit me so hard, like, that's why I lost my vision. And like you, I didn't do anything when it first happened. I just kept going on with it, and my eye healed the way that it wanted to heal. And I say maybe about a year and a half later that my vision, one day it was just gone.
Yeah, and that's how I did. I woke up one morning and I couldn't see anything. Like, because it was a gradual, it wasn't like an instant, like, oh, get hit and the vision's gone. Like, my vision did get blurred and I saw like red dots. I thought maybe, I just had gotten cut or something and like my eye was bleeding. So, I didn't really think nothing of it, but then, I woke up and then it started getting blurrier until I just woke up one morning and couldn't see anything.
Wow. That's how it was with me. I already wear glasses. I've been wearing glasses since like elementary. Thank you, mother and father. But but it was really just like one morning I woke up and I could not see out of my left eye, and I can close my right eye and I see half the picture. So if I stand there and look at somebody, the whole top part of you is blurry. I can't see that at all. But the bottom half, I can see it, but I have to focus really, really hard to try to get that vision straight.
Yeah. Yeah, and it was hard. It was really hard because I didn't have, I basically was left to deal with it on my own. Like, my mom didn't know what to do with me, so I just stayed at home for like 2 years. So I didn't go to school, I didn't go outside, I didn't do anything. I just sat in the house because nobody knew what to do with me. And so, I went into a really, really deep depression, and, I felt like my life was over. Like, there was nothing I could do.
Wow.
And see, look at me. I complain every time I try to apply my makeup with my one eyeball.
Right.
But, I eventually, was able to, look at the brighter side of it because, not only did I lose my sight that night, but I could have lost my life because, my brother was, like, angry enough to where he was actually trying to kill me. He was going to kill me. He actually left out the room to go get a knife to actually kill me.
Oh, no.
But, I took my sisters and, I locked us in the bathroom and we hid there. My older brother stayed out there trying to calm him down because my brother, because of the abuse that we endured, he had a lot of anger issues. And to this day, he still does. But, he was really, really messed up mentally.
Wow. I'm so glad that you've made it out of each and every situation. You've made it over the hurdles, and you are here with us.
Oh, yeah, it was not easy. Up until 4 years ago, I said, all my life I've been, up until the age of 24, I said, before that, like all I've ever known was abuse. Somebody telling me what to do, what I could do, what I couldn't do. Somebody, hurting me, putting their hands on me. From, being as a child to being, raped, especially by my own father is actually who's the person that raped me. And being in a domestic violence situation, my partner knew, all the stuff that I had already went through. And, of course, he promised he would never do this and he would never do that. But, of course, it was a lie. And so I was in that situation for nearly 5 years almost. Until finally I just woke up one day and I was like, I can't do this anymore. Like, I just can't live like this anymore. And I knew I needed help.
You get to that point of realization. I was 17 when I entered into my first domestic violence, or my first relationship like that. And luckily for me, I got out of it in a matter of months. Like, he was good for the first 2 weeks, I would say. And then after that, everything started to... He would just do, like, little stuff. Like, he'll hit me with a comb or something. We could be walking, and he'll just hit me with his comb. And so I was like, you know what? I'm done. I'm tired. I don't want to do this anymore. And when I decided that I wanted to leave, that was the actual point where he went full Hulk mode on me.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I was actually 19 when I entered into my... And I think really the reason why I kind of entered in it because I was running from, my previous situation of being raped and, just looking for somebody to love me. And he was the first person that actually, proclaimed that he loved me. And so I thought that's what love was because that's all I had ever known. Everybody that was supposed to love me always hurt me. And so, I thought that's what it was. Like, and so, I actually left that situation and was able to sit back and, reflect and, be able to work on myself and work on my self-esteem and my confidence. And I saw, no, that's not what love is. And I was like, none of those people truly love me, even though that's what they said. And basically for the last 4 years, this has been the happiest I've ever been in my life. The 4 years that I've been on my own, doing my own thing, and nothing but goodness have happened to me ever since. So, I'm definitely grateful for that.
Yes, ma'am. Well, we're going to end this one on the high note and cut into another break, and we'll be right back.
Saved and Still Sexy Radio, right here on GI Music, because you should know, just because you are saved, that doesn't mean stop being sexy.
Hey, it's your girl Yolanda, author of Big Sister Secrets. If you haven't already purchased my new book, head on over to my website, www.bigsistersecrets.com. You can also purchase it on Amazon.com. Trust me, you will not be disappointed. This book is about everything I wish somebody would have told me about the real world before I graduated high school. Get your copy today.
Riding around in my whip, listening to my whip. She wanna hear track 6. She told me that's her. Baby girl said I got the title. Got a nigga feeling like Michael Jackson, Jordan. Don't matter to me, they both. I'm all in her head, she's all in my bed. I'm locked and loaded, ready to go like a gun at dawn. I'm all in between, that's all that she needs. Her body rocking, nobody stopping. This song is probably on.
Listen how you like it. Tattoo showing off the shower in the mirror, go to clicking on the light. Cut them on. If this ain't what you like, I can lay you on your back, then I hit you with the pound game. Pin you down so you can't run in and out game. Eat you from the back, probably get you with the mouth game. Ain't nobody business, it's an odd thing. All in between both cheeks, now spread them, but the neighbors know my name when you keep saying Kevin. Hands behind, I'ma stand behind you. Pulling on your hair, a lot of ass behind you. Got me saying, ooh, keep going with your move. Candles by the bed, damn, this a movie. Stuffing you with my finger in your booty. Hit you with the rule, cause the bitch don't come.
Riding around in my whip, listening to my. She wanna hear track 6. She told me that's her. Baby girl said I got the title. Got it feeling like Michael Jackson, Jordan. Don't matter to me, they both. I'm all in a
Hey, y'all, my listeners. Thank you for staying tuned in to Spoken Promotions. You know who this one is. And we are back with Barely Saved and Miss Blaque Diamond, who threw my head for a roll spin.
Right.
And she's one of those type of people that really makes you be grateful for what you have. She's very, very uplifting, and I have to say it again, very inspirational. And I love that.
Definitely.
Yeah, that's what I try to do. I try to, use my story to help and motivate and push other people. Because sometimes that's just how it is. Like, some people have to go through other things to show other people, that they should be thankful for what they do have. And that you shouldn't take anything for granted. Because you can have it one day and the next day it should be gone.
That's true. Well, we definitely I'm going to make sure I have you on the Authors Club. More than likely it'll be just me, but gotta make sure I have you on the Authors Club so we can dig into some other stuff that you talked about during the show.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Other raise it thing. So yeah, I'm glad you came on. I really am.
Yeah, that'd be great. We'd love to hear you come back again and share more.
I gotta say,
of your life experience.
Your attitude towards life is amazing.
Oh yeah, I have a lot to be grateful for, and I have a lot to be thankful for. I always say, I don't regret anything that I went through because it made me who I am.
That's
I wouldn't be me without the things that I went through. So I don't regret anything.
That's good. Well, I just want to say thank you for tuning in to Saving Sexy Radio. I appreciate your time on the day, and yeah, I really wasn't expecting. I really wasn't expecting the reason you had your glasses on when you sent the picture that you were blind, so thank you for that. And then, I gotta say, you know how some people don't look the way they sound? You don't look the way you sound. Like, she sound like a Barbie doll, y'all.
Yes.
Right. And her smile really is contagious.
If you look at her picture, she looks like a real live hip-hop girl, like she just gonna bust out in the flow right now.
People tell me that all the time. It's like, oh my goodness, like you sound like a little girl or something. I'm like, well, I don't know. Or they tell me, like, you look really, really young. Like, I would never expect you to be how old you are.
Right. So do you have anything you want to leave for our listeners? Let them know, keep them encouraged where they can find you.
Well, I am everywhere. They can find me on Twitter at Heart of My Words. I'm also on Facebook. You can follow my Facebook fan page at Writer Blaque Diamond. You can also follow me on Instagram at Writer Blaque Diamond. My website is writerblackdiamond.com. On there, I share poetry, book excerpts, interviews with other indie authors, writing tips, just anything related to writing. Also, you can follow me on Facebook as well. Writer Blaque Diamond 1989 actually is my Facebook. I think that's about it. Oh, also, you can follow my Amazon author page at author/Blaque Diamond. I'm on Goodreads at Blaque Diamond Books, and also you can purchase my books from my website as well. Just go to my Blaque Diamond Books link, and there's all of my books and the links that they can be purchased from.
Okay.
And basically, all I can say as far as for the listeners, just stay encouraged, be encouraged. And if you have a dream that you want to achieve, go for it. Don't let anything stop you from going for it. And my motto I like to say that I try to live by is dream big, achieve bigger.
I like it.
Awesome. Well, for me, you can just Google me, author's name, WA Promotions. I'll pop up because I'm everywhere, even when I'm nowhere. I'm like a Waldo. That's going to be my new name.
I will say that in order to find Blaque Diamond, it is Blaque.
Yeah.
Blaque.
Please make sure you spell that correctly.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And check out her Amazon page. Dude, her Amazon page is like live. Real live. I'm kind of embarrassed about mine, but yeah. Check her
I
out.
actually have another book coming out, actually a short story in a couple of days that I'm posting, that I'm publishing. So feel free to check that out because it's drama.
All right.
And that's what I'm used to writing.
Well, we're going to go ahead and get out of here. Keep it locked on Saved and Sexy Radio. And the Hankin' Hour is up next with yours truly, Barely Saved, but most importantly, with Mr. Just Get It. All right? We out. Don't be stupid. Don't drink and drive.
Peace.
Peace.